Someone this morning said, have a look at Ian Taylor. And Ian's been on this program a lot. Ian is a guy who says never say in 50 words, in 5 words, what you could say in 50. And Ian engages. What I like about Ian is he engages and he moves around and he looks at evidence and he's happy to engage in discussion. He has written an open letter to Jacinda Ardern. And boy, does he let her have it. And he talks about the problems during COVID and how he was so proud of her when the mosque shooting happened, and then he got less proud of her during COVID. And boy, I'll just read the last. This is Ian Taylor, and you know the guy who does all the whiz-bang graphics and stuff for the America's Cup. And I'll read this to you. It's a very powerful piece of writing. Reports say you received over $1 million in advance for your memoir, A Different Kind of Power. It's a striking figure, especially for someone who once made child poverty her personal mission. You just didn't speak about it. You took on the portfolio yourself, armed with the unprecedented power of a parliamentary majority and the goodwill of a nation ready for change. You had the platform, you had the mandate, and yet today child poverty remains largely unchanged. The capital gains tax was another moment you could have seized with that majority, but the brand shifted, and somewhere along the way, so too had the ideals that once gave me hope. Children are still suffering from poverty. Guns remain in the hands of those who use them to cause the most harm. The Christchurch call has failed to limit online violence and hate, and Brian Tamaki and his Destiny Church still feel free to march in Aotearoa, spewing their anti-immigrant vitriol. They Are Us has disappeared down the same dark hole as Be Kind, the team of 5 million, and He Waka Eka Noa. We are all in the waka together. Now only brand Jacinda remains, and you are back on the cover of those lifestyle magazines, interviews on radio and TV, and there that image that has weighed on me over the past few weeks, the cover of A Different Kind of Power. He waka mō kotahi. The journey is complete. The waka is now the waka for one. That's a damning indictment of our former Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, from someone who is probably tribally predisposed to be one of her acolytes. What do you think of that? So he's turned on her, and he's basically said that Jacinda Ardern is now all about Jacinda Ardern. Do you agree with that? Note down the time mark for that. We'll put that little reading out as its own piece. So I wonder what you think about that, and we might get Ian on. See, great thing about Ian, you can have a really good argument with Ian, and you can disagree and even have angry words, and he still comes back on to discuss. That's someone who understands. Ian Taylor is his last name. Yeah.